So we're going to start with, how is your relationship with money? So this is a really important thing to be aware of. So I'm going to go through some different types of money personalities. And as we go through them, see if you recognize yourself in any of them. So big spenders love to buy new stuff like big cars, gadgets, brand name clothing. They often aren't bargain shoppers. They love to be fashionable and like to make a statement. They often desire the latest and greatest mobile phone, the biggest TV, and a beautiful home. When it comes to keeping up with the Joneses, big spenders are the Joneses. They're comfortable spending money, don't fear debt, and often take big risks when investing. And then there's the savers. Savers are the exact opposite. They turn off the lights when leaving the room. They close their fridge door quickly to keep in the cold. They shop when necessary and rarely make purchases with credit cards. They generally have no debts and are often viewed as cheapskates. Savers are not concerned about following the latest trends, and they derive more satisfaction from making money in their bank account instead of spending. Savers are conservative by nature and don't take big risks with their investments. Shoppers often develop a great emotional satisfaction from spending money. They can't resist spending, they have to spend. They are usually aware of their addiction and even concerned about the debt that it creates. They look for bargains and are happy when they find them. Shoppers are electric in terms of investing. Some invest regularly through 401ks, that's a US term, it's RSPs, and may even invest a portion of any sudden windfalls, while others see investing as something they will get to eventually, put it off till another day. There's debtors. Debtors aren't trying to make a statement. They don't shop to entertain or cheer themselves up. They simply don't spend much time thinking about their money and therefore don't keep tabs on what they spend and where they spend it. They generally spend more than they earn and are deeply in debt while not putting much into investing. Similarly, they are often mistaking advantage of company match, not taking advantage of company matches in their pensions. There's investors. Investors are consciously aware of money. They understand their financial situations and try to put their money to work. Regardless of the current situation, investors tend to seek a day when passive investments will provide sufficient income to cover all of their bills. That means having enough money sitting in investments that they can just draw on whatever the investment is making each year and just living off that and leaving the investment intact. Their actions are driven by careful decision making, and their investments reflect the need to take a certain amount of risk to pursue their goals. So why this is important to you is that you need to understand how your subconscious motivation and figure out ways that support your values without sabotaging you financially. Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied this morning. And I see this all the time. I have my financial planning clients that are my full-time clients that I help them do a whole financial plan, but I also do a lot of consulting where I just do help people with questions and stuff. And I helped like 381 people last year. And so I get to talk to lots and lots and lots of people, and people fight against their personality types all the time. If they're not aware of it or they put it off, like we talked about in the different personalities types. So once you understand your own money personality and you know your boundaries, you can put steps in place to be more purposeful and mindful with your money.